Welcome to your number one show of financial news and updates. Today, I'm your host Harshal Gadia from TradeBrains, a fintech company accepted by Google News and a license registered of SEBI. We are delighted to have our guest today, Mr. Umar A.K. Balwa. He is the Managing Director of Sealmatic India Limited, a BSE listed company. Sealmatic provides the most complete selection of engineered mechanical seals and sealing support system. Mr. Balwa is a global personality in the business of mechanical seals. Sealmatic products are globally acquainted in more than 55 countries, which gives them a trusted brand in the process industry. I'm delighted to welcome Mr. Umar A.K. Balwa in our show today. I'll be taking you through this session with a very interesting question and answers, which will give us deep perspective about Sealmatic. Hence, I'll straight away get to the questions. In general, can you start something unique about Sealmatic?
Sealmatic is unique in every sense. Anything which can be described or said about Sealmatic is not enough. So we were thinking of many concepts. How do we bring out the essence of the company? And we decided to make a small 2-minute film in which we had to get the concept of Sealmatic. So various imaginations were running in various directions. And then we decided on 3 distinct characters, such as the tiger for agility, elephant for his strength and still being soft, and the eagle for its vision. So we made the film. So at the beginning of the film, we try and show the tiger, which portrays Sealmatic's agility. And then in the between of the film, we show the elephant, which denotes strength as well as being soft. And in the end of the film, we show a eagle soaring high in the sky, and yet the eyes on the target down below. So Sealmatic in true essence is grit, and its character can be defined as agile, strong, and a vision. So that's Sealmatic.
How do you feel about the SME listing that have given tremendous success in the past years, and also about your own experience when the company got listed?
I'll begin with my own experience of our listing, which happened in March 2023, when we got listed on the 1st of March. And after that, the journey has been so adventurous. And we thought by getting ourselves listed, that would be the end of the story. And we would be getting back to normal business and soliciting business from all over the globe. But little that we realized that since listing, we had more than 70 companies, small, big, medium, HNIs, fund houses, and the likes of them visiting us and trying to understand more about Sealmatic. And to our surprise, there is so much of interest in a company like Sealmatic, which has a unique and a compelling story to convey to the market. So our experience has been so very good by us listing on the SME platform. Now, when we come to the subject of SME platform or SME companies in India, there are more than 1 crore SME companies engaged into various fields. And out of those, conservative, if I take a figure, would be between 15,000 to 20,000 good companies which are like Sealmatic, also again engaged in various other fields. And that is the potential of the country. And if this potential gets channelized and is unleashed, we will be second to none as a powerhouse manufacturing country globally. And the last that I checked was in July 2024. There were 512 companies listed on the SME platform on the Bombay Stock Exchange, and out of which the companies could amass close to about 3,500 crores of capital. But the market capital of those companies as on date is almost 1,60,000 crores, and that's humongous. And that says it all about the potential of the SME companies in India. And a little deviation from the question, that what is Germany made of? It is called Mittelstand, the equivalent of SME in Germany. And that's the powerhouse of Germany. And I believe India has much more capabilities than any other country in terms of SME segment.
As the company is projecting 20% revenue growth for financial year 25, could you please specify with the regions or market that are expected to contribute in the increase of orders?
As of now, we are very well positioned and comfortable with our market growth, which is expected to be 20% over the previous year. And when we talk about specific regions where Sealmatic would focus, of course, India is our focus, but we have the Middle East, we have Europe and USA. Between Europe and USA, if you look, it is almost 50% of the market which is concentrated in this region. It's almost $2.25 billion. And you can imagine the potential that lay ahead for a company like Sealmatic. So our engagement currently is, of course, India, Middle East, and we have our own office in Dublin, in Europe, and in the US we have a stronger engagement.
The company expanded its operation across the Middle East, Europe, and USA. That too just the last year. Are there any further plans of expansion in the other parts of the countries? Also, what is the foresight of Sealmatic in the next 3 years?
I'll take the later part of the question first. So as regards to the growth prospect or a trajectory that we call it, we believe that we would be able to double our turnover in the next 3 years of period. Then coming to the other part of the question is that which regions are critical to us. So of course, as I've earlier mentioned, that the region of course, India, the Middle East, USA and Europe is extremely critical for us. We are having a greater engagement in these regions by participating in various exhibitions such as the ADIPAC in the UAE, which covers the Middle East. For Europe, we participated in ACHIMA, which had 7,000 exhibitors, and the exhibition lasted for 5 days. And you can imagine the kind of traction that we got at the ACHIMA. And also in the US, we participated in the TPS and the OTC, and again we'll repeat the same this year as well. For the African market, we participated in Egypt, which is an exhibition which happens in Cairo. So we are investing our resources, we are focusing on these regions, and we feel that there is plenty to achieve in these regions which will catapult Sealmatic to a higher growth trajectory. That's what we are confident, and that's what we have planned, and that's where we want to be.
Is the company planning any capital expenditures in the next 3 to 5 years? If yes, how much is the company aiming to invest? Does the company have plans to establish a manufacturing unit in other countries?
When we talk about capital expenditure, it is a lifeline for any company, any manufacturing company which is engaged into core business. You need to constantly invest into plant and machinery, and more so also on the research and development, one must invest its resources. So we are investing our resources into Industry 4.0, as everybody is talking about globally, and also a greater emphasis on the R&D. Now, our plans to have a manufacturing unit outside of India does not hold good, because India is a low-cost, high-quality manufacturing country, and if we go and invest into a high-cost manufacturing country, that would dilute all the advantages. So apart from India, we might have small service centers in the Middle East, in Europe and USA. But yes, we still are open to an idea of acquiring a small niche mechanical seal company based out of Europe and USA. And if such an opportunity is going to present to us, we might be all ears to it.
The inventory level has increased from 5.98 crores in financial year 22 to 17.98 crores in financial year 24. What is the reason for such a big inventory, and what is the company doing to reduce it?
The nature of the business is such that the delivery times are not very generous, and it's a complicated business. It involves so many agencies, so many bodies which govern us order for a mechanical seal. Hence, the problem of inventory has been a constant feature in any mechanical seal company. We are putting all efforts to reduce this level of inventory by achieving a higher turnover. Say, for example, when we achieve a turnover of, say, about 200 crores, I feel our inventory level would not be more than 40 crores. So the more volume that we achieve from the market, the lesser the inventory will be at the factory level. So that is the kind of efforts we are putting. But again, I'll re-emphasize that the nature of the business is such that you need to have a larger inventory because it's all custom built, tailor-made, many configuration, many bodies involved, such as the EPC, the end user, the pump OEM. So this inventory is going to remain for a little bit of more time till we achieve the turnover of 200 crores.
What is the current order book position of the last quarter? What are the key focus areas of R&D and new product development?
The current order book is robust. I would say it has secured our future for the next few years. So we are very comfortable on that front. Now, when we talk about R&D, is the bloodline for any industry, and especially more so for an industry like mechanical seals, where you constantly need to develop new products, new technologies. So we are invested into research and development. We are the only company which does FEA and CFD in the field of mechanical seals in India, and very few companies do FEA globally. Other than the three big boys, I don't believe that there is any other company which does FEA. So that is the kind of focus and investment we are doing in R&D, and we will not stop here. We will constantly evolve and make newer products, more exciting products, such as the dry gas seal for high-speed compressors. We are the only company which has the API 682 test rigs, covering the entire gamut of test procedures, right from applications such as propane, hot water, oil, so on and so forth.
Could you please provide the insights on how the company sells the technology rather than as a services, which you had mentioned earlier in the conference call? How does this approach help in avoiding costs related to raw material and mitigate the impact of increase in price of raw material?
Probably, I think you have misunderstood that earnings call. We never sell technology. We don't sell technology per se. What we meant in that earnings call was the technology surrounding the mechanical seal, in designing, in manufacturing, in installation, and commissioning, and also the application know-how. So when we talk about technology surrounding the mechanical seal, it covers a larger area. So if a mechanical seal is fitted as a OEM product and which goes to the end user, the business is based on a nomination basis and is secured for the next 25 to 30 years because Sealmatic seal came fitted as a OEM. So now coming to the question of price mitigation, the product is never sold on the cost of raw material. It's a highly technical product. So cost of raw material has got no relevance to the selling price. So we are well mitigated on that front. We are selling a highly critical product, which is extremely important to any installation in the core industry.
Considering the recent significant growth in the renewable energy sector of India, especially wind energy, where mechanical seals play a crucial role in wind turbine generators, does the company have plans to explore partnership with wind turbine companies in India to promote indigenous production under the Make in India initiative?
Of course, both the matters are very important, such as the Make in India policy and the renewable energy is critical to any country, not only in India. We are well engaged with all the turbine manufacturers made with the wind turbine, the steam turbines. Sealmatic mechanical seals are omnipresent. They are used or installed in every host equipment, may it be a pump or a turbine or a compressors. We are well engaged with turbine manufacturers not only in India but globally, and we have forged deeper partnerships with all the turbine manufacturers globally.
Are there any plans for company to implement smart seals, incorporating Internet of Things technology and machine learning to monitor real-time parameters like pressure, temperature, and vibrations?
Subjects such as IoT, machine learning is the current flavor in the industry. But we started very early on the IoT front. In 2021, we had our first presentation on smart seals, whereby a seal could be connected in a wireless environment to the control panel of the end user and also to the control panel here in Sealmatic. So we could monitor the mechanical seal in real-time basis about the temperature that it is subjected to, the pressure, the vibrations. And why we do this? it is to monitor in a very holistic manner so that preventive maintenance can become easier, more predictable outcomes could be forecasted. So before any breakdown happens, we are already 2 steps ahead of that minor or major breakdown. So we are able to reduce the cost of maintenance, and that's the technology we are working on. We have done various tests at our end, and the results are extremely gratifying and satisfying.
What is the future roadmap for Sealmatic India? How is the company going to achieve 25,000 API mechanical seals by 2030? Can you provide us with your strategic plan and anticipated milestones?
The times are very exciting for the industry, especially the industry that we are involved with. A recent announcement by the Honorable Minister of Petroleum and Gas that an investment of $100 billion is going to be made in India in the oil and gas sector by 2030. So what does this entail for a company like Sealmatic? So it will create an additional demand for 22,500 API mechanical seals, and we feel that we can very comfortably take 15% of that market, which is going to be generated from today until 2030. So that would tantamount to be 3,500 mechanical seals, and that's the growth that we see for Sealmatic, not only in India but globally, especially in the Middle East. There is equal amount of investment happening, and we would like to get a fair market share over there. And as I say to all internally to various earnings call, that our Chandragupta Maurya period would start from FY27. So FY27 onwards, it would be a golden era for Sealmatic.
What are the major factors that sets Sealmatic apart from other players in the same segment?
To answer this question, it can take a whole day, but I will try and summarize and make my best effort to bring out the essence that what sets us apart from local mechanical seal companies here in India. So when you talk about mechanical seals, as we all know, it's a very critical product. It is a lifeline of any core industry, and to attain a stage of maturity would be at least 10 years from the date of inception. And when I say 10 years, 10 years of really hard work, work which involves your application know-how, troubleshooting, and failure analysis. So when we say that what sets us apart, there are many factors. We had a joint venture with Bergman of Germany for 14 years, and after which we ended our joint venture and we started on our own in 2012. So we had one very clear concept that we wanted to establish a company based on European or any good international standards, which we achieved. And from 2012 until today, there would have been 200 visitors from Europe, from USA, and all over the globe. And one common comment came from everybody was that it's a fantastic, high-class international mechanical seal company. And that also gives a lot of validation to us that the work that we are doing over here is appreciated by the industry. Now coming to various other factors which set us apart are our certification. We are the only Indian company which has got API Q1, EU FDA. We are approved by the Ministry of Science and Technology. We have the nuclear ISO 19443. We have the DGQA certification and so many other things which set us apart from local companies here in India. Then when we talk about hardware and software, there is so much of investment that we have done, not only in terms of putting computers, but enabling those computers to work efficiently and to produce results for us. We have, of course, I've spoken about FEA, CFD, we have various other tools such as the SSG, which is the seal selection guide, many other tools such as the AKH, application know-how. So at the click of the button, you have so many answers to offer to the industry about various applications which run into 100,000 applications of different kinds, with different medias, pressures, temperatures. All that is combined into a tool which allows us to design efficient mechanical seals. And apart from that, of course, the plant and machinery is state of the art, and that is the kind of investment we have done at Sealmatic, and this really sets us apart from other local companies here in India. And when I say local companies in India, I also mean to say in the tier 2 segment, we are the, I would say, I don't want to be a pompous person over here, but we are the only company in the tier 2 which has these abilities that I've just spoken about, and we are the best and second to none in the industry. So what I try and say is that we may not be as large as the 3 big boys of the industry, but we are as good as them.
Any final words?
There are many words which come to my mind when one has to describe a company like Sealmatic. So when we say what are the themes or what are the factors which differentiate Sealmatic from the rest of the industry. So I'll start with a concept over here which is Sealmatic Blue. So everything that we do over here at Sealmatic is blue. Like today I'm wearing my blue suit. So or we wear blue t-shirts to our workplace. And what is blue? Blue is the color of the sky and the color of the ocean. That is blue. What does blue denotes? It denotes serenity, stability, inspiration, and wisdom. So that's the flavor of the company over here. So it's blue. Everything is blue over here. And also one very distinct concept or a thought process over here at Sealmatic is that it's very clear. Don't think out of the box. Break the box. Don't believe in any walls that are surrounding you. Let your imagination run in every direction possible, because we believe that our imagination at Sealmatic is infinite.
I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for such an amazing interview. It was extremely interesting to talk on the various subjects. And thank you for taking out your time in this busy schedule. Wishing you all the best for your future endeavors.
Thank you, Ashal. The pleasure was equally mine. Thank you, TradeBrains, for having me on your show and giving us an opportunity to define what Sealmatic is, and also the platform for your viewers to know the insight of mechanical seals and the industry that we operate in, and the vision that we have for our company, also for our stakeholders, our employees who have contributed so much to where we are today. Thank you very much.